Ladies and gentlemen, you are not here by accident. You were guided to these words, drawn by a deep inner knowing that there is more to life than struggle, scarcity, or surviving paycheck to paycheck. You're here because something within you whispers, you were meant for abundance. Money is not your master. It is your obedient servant. It does not arrive by chance. It arrives by command, your command. Today, I am here to remind you of a truth you may have forgotten. You have the power to order money to flow to you constantly, effortlessly, 24/7. Money obeys belief, vibration, and spoken authority. Just like gravity does not care who you are. If you drop a pen, it falls. Likewise, money flows to those who align with its laws. Let's uncover how you can step into your true role, not as a beggar of wealth, but as a magnetic commander of it. Key point 1. Your word is law. Speak wealth into motion. We begin with the most sacred key, your word. In the beginning was the word. And still today, your word remains the first builder of your world. Whatever you decree with emotion, belief, and repetition becomes the mold into which your life is poured. The power of your spoken word cannot be overstated. It is not mere sound, it is vibration, and vibration shapes substance. As surely as a seed contains the tree, your words contain your future. When you speak lack, you plant lack. When you speak abundance, you call forth the invisible rivers of supply to begin flowing in your direction. If you want wealth to surround you like sunlight, you must first speak light into your financial affairs. The tongue is not a simple organ of speech, it is the wand of manifestation. Too many lives are ruled by careless utterances. People say, I never get a break, or money slips through my fingers, or I'm just not lucky with money, and they are astonished that life echoes their declarations. But the universe does not respond to wishes. It responds to commands, and your words are commands. To change your life, you must begin with your words, not when things improve, not after the next paycheck. Now, speak not as a beggar, but as one who knows that wealth already belongs to them by divine right. Speak with the calm assurance of one who has inherited a fortune and is simply waiting for the papers to arrive. Speak abundance into your day as you rise in the morning. Let your first breath carry the knowing that money flows to you freely, easily, and constantly. Declare that doors of opportunity swing open before you, that every bill is paid with grace, and that you are divinely compensated for every good you give to the world. Even if doubt rises like a shadow, speak the truth of abundance. Your words are the lamp that dissolves that shadow. Speak it until your mind believes it, your heart feels it, and your outer world reflects it. The world responds to the authority of belief, not the whisper of hope. Consider the person who once struggled with debt, who began each day with a quiet but firm declaration that wealth was their birthright. Though they were surrounded by reminders of lack, they chose to speak only of sufficiency, not because they were blind to reality, but because they were committed to shaping a new one. In time, unexpected sources of income began to appear. Debts were cleared. Doors that had once been closed seemed to unlock themselves. That is the quiet miracle of right speech. So speak now with courage and certainty. Let every word that leaves your lips carry the energy of what you desire, not what you fear. Let your words become the sculptor of your financial freedom. Life is listening. Life is responding. And wealth is obedient to the voice that commands it with faith, clarity, and joy. Your word is your power. Use it wisely, and riches will flow to you without pause. Key point 2. Order is alignment. Disorder blocks currency. Money is energy, and energy craves order. You cannot invite wealth into a chaotic life and expect it to stay. There is a divine rhythm to life, a sacred current that flows through all things. Just as the planets move in perfect orbits and the seasons arrive in harmony, so too does prosperity seek order. Money, like all forms of energy, moves through channels that are clear, intentional, and aligned. When life is in order internally and externally, prosperity comes not with force, but with grace. But when disorder reigns, the flow of wealth is interrupted, scattered, and delayed. Look around your life, your home, your workspace, your calendar, even your thoughts. Each one tells a story. Are they in harmony, or are they in disarray? A cluttered desk often reflects a cluttered mind, and a cluttered mind cannot receive clear instruction from spirit. If you expect money to enter your life and remain, it must be welcomed into a space that honors its presence. Would you invite a guest into a home filled with chaos? Then why should money arrive in a place where there is no room for it to breathe? no system for it to thrive. Order is not about perfection, it is about preparation. It is the act of creating a sacred space for wealth to dwell. When your finances are organized, when your schedule reflects your priorities, when your intentions are clear and your actions aligned, you become a vessel ready to hold more. You become a lighthouse for opportunity. You emit the signal that says, I am ready, I am trustworthy, I am capable of managing more. There are those who wonder why abundance seems to elude them, even as they pray and affirm for its arrival. But prayer without preparation is a locked door. Desire without discipline is a leaky bucket. True readiness is shown in how you tend to what you already have. The one who manages little with care is the one who will be entrusted with much. Consider the person who longs for more clients, more income, more success, but their desk is buried under old papers, their inbox is overflowing, and their days are spent reacting rather than creating. This is not a life prepared for expansion. But watch what happens when they pause, declutter, organize, and align. Suddenly, new energy enters. A client calls, a check arrives, a door opens. Not because luck appeared, but because they created space for the flow. Order is a form of reverence. It says to the universe, I honor what I have, and I am ready for more. It is a silent signal to the invisible forces that govern life that you are serious about your expansion. When you align your environment, your time, your energy, and your habits with the life you desire, the floodgates open. Begin simply. Clear a drawer, finish a task, create a plan. These small acts of order are powerful declarations. Each one whispers to the universe, I am ready to receive. I am prepared to prosper. And in that space of harmony, money finds its way to you surely and without resistance. Key point 3. Believe first, then receive. Money doesn't show up when you need it. Money shows up when you believe it is already yours. The law of belief is the law of manifestation. Nothing can appear in your life unless it is first accepted in your mind as already done. The outer world is merely a mirror reflecting the inner landscape. What you deeply, wholly, unshakably believe is what becomes your reality. This is not fantasy, nor is it wishful thinking. It is the divine principle upon which all true prosperity is built. Money does not arrive simply because you need it. It arrives because, in the quiet chambers of your heart, you already possess it. The soul must feel rich before the bank account agrees. If your thoughts are soaked in doubt, lack, or fear, then the results will echo those beliefs. But when the heart is anchored in faith and the mind sees only abundance, the world bends to accommodate that vision. You must become wealthy in consciousness long before you hold wealth in your hands. It is not about waiting to feel secure when the money comes. It is about feeling secure now, knowing that the money must come. This is the divine reversal the world often misses. The crowd waits to see the harvest before giving thanks, but the wise soul gives thanks first. Confident that the seeds have already been planted and the harvest is guaranteed. Think of the artist who sees the masterpiece before a single stroke is laid on canvas. Think of the gardener who waters the soil, not because they see the bloom, but because they know it is buried within. Belief is the invisible bridge between the seen and the unseen. Cross that bridge, and what was once a dream becomes flesh. There was once a woman, burdened with debt, unsure how to pay her rent, yet she made space at her table for wealth. She dressed as if her fortune had arrived. She walked with a quiet authority, as though her bank account already overflowed. She did not waver in her declarations, and soon the tide turned. Money came from places she never imagined: old clients, unexpected refunds, new partnerships, not because she begged for it, but because she believed first. This is the secret: to walk in the vibration of wealth before it shows its face, to act, think, and speak as if the money is already present, because, in truth, it is. It exists in the realm of spirit, waiting only for your unwavering permission to appear. Doubt delays, worry repels, but belief pure, steady, and joyful draws forth all that is yours by right. You are not asking for a miracle, you are simply aligning with one. Each time you believe in your abundance, you open the door wider. Each moment of conviction sends a signal to the universe that you are ready. So believe now, not tomorrow, not after the raise, not when the check clears. Believe now, and receive what has always belonged to you. For when the heart knows it is rich, life follows swiftly with proof. Key point 4. Circulate to accumulate. You cannot order money to flow to you. If you are terrified to let it flow from you, money is not meant to be hoarded or clutched with fear. It is meant to move, to breathe, to dance through your life like a living current. When you attempt to hold it too tightly, you squeeze the life out of it. But when you release it with joy, with trust, and with purpose, it flows back to you multiplied, magnified, and majestic. This is a spiritual truth as old as the earth. What you give freely, you receive abundantly. Many believe that by holding on to every cent, they are securing their future. But in truth, fear-based saving is not protection, it is restriction. It says to the universe, I don't trust you to provide. I don't believe there's more where this came from. And so, the flow is cut off. But generosity, even in small ways, signals faith. It declares, I live in an abundant universe, and I am connected to the endless supply. Think of money as water. When you block a stream, it becomes stagnant. But when you let it circulate, watering the soil, nourishing the plants, it returns as rain, as rivers, as a rising tide. Life rewards those who trust in the cycle of give and receive. To circulate is to participate in that holy exchange. There once was a man who hesitated to give. He clung to every dollar, afraid of what might happen if he let any go. And so, life gave him more reasons to fear unexpected expenses, dwindling opportunities, constant pressure. But when he finally released with faith, when he gave even a small amount to someone in need with no expectation in return, a door opened. Within days, he received a contract that had been delayed for months. It was not coincidence, it was divine circulation. When you pay a bill, bless it. Know that you are sending money into the world with gratitude, and that it is making room for more. When you tip someone, do so generously. When you invest in your growth, see it not as a cost, but as an act of self-renewal. Every time you let money go with joy, you're making a statement. I trust the source more than the symbol. Giving is not about the amount, it is about the energy behind it. The one who gives $10 with a grateful heart opens more doors than the one who gives 100 in resentment. It is the vibration of the act, not the size of the number, that moves the divine forces. So, let go with trust. Circulate with joy. Give with the knowing that what you send out returns to you multiplied. When you become a cheerful giver, you position yourself as a powerful receiver. The hands that release with faith are the same hands that receive with fullness. Let money move through you, and you will never run dry. The current you create becomes the current that carries wealth back to your life in beautiful, unexpected ways. Key point 5. Receive without guilt. You're not stealing from anyone. Many block wealth because they feel guilty receiving it. Somewhere, a voice says, there are people starving. Who am I to want more? There is a subtle voice, deep within many souls, that whispers a lie. It says that to be rich is to be selfish, that to desire more is to take from others, that enjoying abundance while others suffer is a betrayal of compassion. But this voice is not truth. It is fear disguised as morality, and it has kept too many good-hearted people locked in lack, thinking that their poverty somehow serves the world. It does not. You are not stealing from anyone by becoming wealthy. The universe is not limited. There is no shortage in divine supply. The storehouse of spirit overflows. When you receive more, it does not subtract from another, it expands what is possible for everyone. Wealth is not pie. It is not divided among a few while others go without. It is an ocean, and you are invited to draw from it as much as you are willing to carry. There is no nobility in lack. There is no holiness in struggle. You cannot feed the hungry by starving yourself. You cannot uplift the poor by making yourself small. The more you have, the more you can give. The more you receive, the more you can create, support, heal, and bless. Your abundance becomes a blessing to others when it flows through hands that are open and hearts that are generous. Think of the candle. When it lights another, it loses nothing. It simply spreads the flame. The same is true of your wealth. The more you have, the more light you can cast. And that light does not take away from others, it illuminates the path for them as well. There once was a woman who refused to charge fairly for her services. She told herself it was noble to give freely, to undercharge, to expect little. But she was always stressed, always scraping by, unable to rest, unable to give fully because her own cup was empty. When she finally allowed herself to receive what she was worth without apology, without guilt, her life transformed. She gave more than ever before. Not because she had less to lose, but because she finally had more to give. that to receive with guilt is to block the flow. To receive with gratitude is to honor the divine. When someone offers you money for your gifts, accept it as a sacred exchange. When unexpected blessings come, receive them with joy. Do not diminish them. Do not apologize for them. Celebrate them. For each dollar you receive with love is a dollar you can multiply through your purpose. Release the guilt. You are not selfish. You are not greedy. You are a vessel of abundance, and by receiving fully, you give permission for others to do the same. When you rise in wealth with integrity, you lift others simply by your example. So open your arms, your heart, and your life. Receive with joy, for in doing so, you honor the infinite source that wishes only to bless you more. CONCOICOIN. You are not here to chase money. You are here to order itas, a rightful extension of your abundance. Speak it, align your world with it. Believe it before you see it. Let it flow through you, and receive it boldly. Money is not outside of you. It is responding to the truth you choose to live today. So stand tall, open your arms, and say with power, I order money to flow to me 24/7, and it obeys. Thank you.